We're here.
We're here. We're always here.
We're here. Health Station is up next. Carla, what should we not eat?
Before that, let me answer your question as well. Believer or non-believer, I am a believer.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I am a believer. And I think, faith has a huge impact on how you see things, how you go through things in life. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I tell people who are non-believers, even if God doesn't exist, or whatever is out there doesn't exist, I'd rather live as a believer, knowing I have some sense of relief, knowing that there is a certain aim,
Somebody told my mom that.
Than to just live knowing that all I'm going to end up being is a biodegradable, corpse in the middle of nowhere where a tree might grow from, the organic matter I will offer.
Like that, and that is the most optimistic way to look at anything. At least you're being objective in your human reality.
That's how it is. But anyway, welcome to the health station. We didn't have any introduction today. Hopefully by next week, the whole technicalities will be
sorted out.
Yeah. They already have been, but we're already behind schedule when it comes to how much I want to share.
Okay, Lagos, Nigeria. First things first. Her name is Carla. Once you know that, then the show
That's
certainly
it. You
goes
know who
on.
I am. So welcome once again for another Friday. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. We are talking today, changing a bit the mood when it comes to your health. You have been stressed for the past few weeks. I should actually say for the past few months with the whole corona. ever since COVID.
This 2020, we can't account for it.
It's not even, it's the whole year.
2020.
Hopefully it will end up with some positive notes after all the sacrifice, after all, all the breaking legs, if I can say it this way. I really hope this ends up at least a slight step better than what we were in January, if not a bigger step better.
Okay, you have a lot of faith. We can use that.
Let's be positive.
We are.
But I know everybody has been stressed, Joyce. So have you, so have I, so have anyone. Yeah. Anyone who says he or she has no stress in his life, I beg, there is something wrong. I don't know. You are lucky. Give me your secrets.
Okay.
Honestly. Anyway, so today we will be talking about food specifically, and we will be talking about how some foods can help you deal with stress. I'm not saying that that's a quick fix. All right, I'm going to have that food and stress will just, fade away.
Okay.
That's not what it is. But definitely, there are many ways to manage or even reduce stress levels when you're feeling tense. And food can be one of your biggest allies or enemies. It can make your stress levels go down, or it can make your stress levels go way up. So it's really important that you pay attention to what you've been eating when you're feeling tired out, drained, or even stressed. So 0700-993-993-993. I got it right, Joyce.
You did.
I will be expecting your calls, although phones have already started, but I am going to be talking a bit before we take your calls. 0700-993-993-993. I want to know what you do when it comes to your diet. I know there are many other practices that help you deal with stress, but we're focusing specifically on food today. What you're intaking, what goes into your mouth. So do share with us. And meanwhile, I will take you through some of the list I have here. We're talking Nigeria available list. We're talking food that
Thank
you
you.
can find
Exactly.
here.
Not
Because
imported stuff.
Exactly. We're talking about something that is affordable, something that can be a staple food of the Nigerian diet, something that is available here in Nigeria.
All right.
So I'm going to give you an example of comfort foods, like a bowl of oatmeal. That, for instance, can boost your levels of serotonin, which is the happy chemical in your brain. And other foods can actually cut the levels of some stress chemicals like cortisol or adrenaline. And these can take a toll on the body over time if you don't deal with them. So these are examples. A healthy diet can definitely counter the impact of stress, and it can boost your immune system and lower your blood pressure. So it's just about knowing which foods are stress busters. All right. So let's start with the first on the list. I'm not going to go much in any introduction here, but bear in mind that being stressed can actually strip you of nutrients and also increase your need for certain nutrients.
Okay.
So it's not just, okay, I'm stressed, I need to eat, I'll feel... Remember
it
that
creates
stress,
a deficiency?
Yeah, definitely. Stress has not just a mental and emotional and psychological toll on your health, but a physical as well. it does strip you of your nutrients, and it does make you sometimes nutrient deficient. So that's something you should understand. And the first on the list, and I'm sure Joyce is going to agree with me, that's one of my favorite, a warm cup of herbal tea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, every day.
You see, that reaction right now, you
Yeah.
didn't even drink the tea, but I already have had a psychological impact on you, and you already feel a bit happier than you were like a few seconds ago because I mentioned it and I saw the smile on your face.
Oh, okay.
So you need to know it's not just, I mean, sometimes just the feeling that food or drinks can induce, not their nutrients.
The pleasure.
The pleasure can
Oh,
actually reduce the stress.
yeah.
And that's the thing with warmth and calmness and tea and being, in your home or on your couch or in a quiet environment and just enjoying that warm drink.
Yeah.
And this is where drinking warm tea comes into the way. So holding or sipping a warm beverage increases that feeling of interpersonal warmth, just like I said, and the friendliness as well. I mean, you smile just by thinking about that.
Yeah.
And it has that.
I like food, that's why.
Yeah, but it has that soothing effect as well, of sipping your warm drink, regardless of the flavor. I enjoy chamomile a lot. I feel like anise seeds as well. You can go for tea. But tea does contain some caffeine. So if you're really stressed, you're better off reducing on that caffeine load. Even green tea does contain some amount of caffeine, but it's still better than coffee. So if you want to enjoy some warm herbal tea, go for those. You can, there's so many herbs out there. You can use mint, you can use lemongrass, you can use, once again, chamomile. What else, Joyce?
Cloves.
Yes, of
Apparently,
course.
I even found that
Yeah.
cloves cures fever.
Cures is a very strong word, Joyce.
Okay, so how do give me another phrase?
Well, it might help. Maybe there's a correlation.
Believe me.
Of course.
I didn't read that
I'm
from
sure.
a book. I just drank
Well,
cloves.
if you had it from experience.
I'm telling you.
But there's one thing our listeners should know. All of you out there, there's something called bioindividuality.
Yeah.
If you have a fever, do not just rely because Joyce said cloves going to help me. I'm going to have cloves and I'm not going to see a doctor. You need to still see a
that
doctor.
Part. Yeah, Carla.
Right, Joyce?
I mean, I agree, but after I took cloves, I didn't need to see a doctor.
Well, lucky you. Maybe if I take it, it's not going to work for me. That's
I
what
see
I'm
that.
trying to
Wow,
say.
beautiful,
It
beautiful.
might help me, but it might not have the same effect on me that it had on you.
Okay, I see
That's
that.
where bioindividuality comes
in.
But definitely there is some goodness that comes out of drinking that. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So so once again, herbal tea. And as I said, green tea is a good option. Green tea does come with many other advantages as well when it comes to your health, but it does contain some amount of caffeine. Usually, they tell you up to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day appears to be safe for adults. So if you want a cup of green tea, that contains around 25 to 29 milligrams of caffeine compared to brewed coffee, which is a bit higher, much higher, 95 to 165 milligrams per cup. So I would suggest you are stressed, try and stay away from the coffee. You can go for green tea, black tea, but definitely herbal tea. Anything that has no caffeine will definitely make it work.
All right. Good
All right.
start.
So that's number one on our list.
Okay.
I will start taking calls. I'm really curious to know what people do here.
Tell
when
us
it comes
number
to their
two.
diet. But before that, 0700-993-993-993. I need to get the numbers out. Okay. Number two on the list, and I'm going to see a smile on that face as well. Dark chocolate. You see, there we go.
We're so happy
Stress
to have
level
you
down.
today.
The stress level just went down -2 points. You see? It works. It's amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
but there's always a but. You know that.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. So dark chocolate can be an indulgence you can allow yourself in your diet. Okay, it can reduce the stress levels in two ways. Once again, it has this chemical impact, which we will talk about, but also an emotional impact. This is why many people go for dark chocolate. Let me take that call first. Hello. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear Carla? Okay. 0700-993-993-993. So, Carla, you want people to call you and tell you, like, the foods they eat to indulge?
Well, if there's any, like you had this experience with, drinking cloves. So
Yeah.
some people might have that when it comes to stress. What do they do to deal with stress when it comes to food?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, so we were talking about dark chocolate. And as I said, it has this chemical impact on you and also an emotional impact. It feels like, number one, it does lower your stress hormones in your body, 100%. Okay, but one thing you should know, it's not just any chocolate. It's dark, unsweetened chocolate, because many of the much of the chocolate out there that's sold has a lot of sugar
And milk.
and well, milk does help. We will talk about milk later, but the sugar is my problem.
Okay.
Remember, there are some foods that help, some foods that don't, and sugar is one of the foods
That
doesn't.
don't, yeah.
Big time. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Good afternoon.
How are
sir.
you?
Her name is Carla. Yeah, you can speak up. Yeah, and then tell her your name.
Okay, fine. Carla and
Hi.
Joyce.
How are
Yeah.
you?
Good afternoon.
Real quick, what's your comfort food for stress?
Comfort
think,
food isn't always the good food.
Well,
Yeah.
talking about stress, I think something. I mean, at times I crave for maybe anything sugary. Like
So you
maybe like
correct that.
soda. There are this kind of crave. I'm beginning to see it as being a reflexive thing now. That when I'm stressed up, I actually
Crave
feel like
sugar.
just taking fine, so that
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm conscious of the side effects with the age and all that. So
Okay. All right.
so
Let
that's
Carla
one.
talk on it. All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
handsome.
Sorry, please, sir, please, ma.
Yes,
This
go ahead.
question I asked on hard. I want to ask: does taking soda, kind of, does taking it actually, how do I call it now, improve or change the diabetics?
You haven't been
status
listening to
of
Carla.
someone?
All right.
It's
Okay,
all right.
I'll answer that. No problem. It's never too
Okay,
late.
okay.
It's never too late. But thanks for trying to
Okay,
call
thank you,
anyway.
Joyce. Thank you,
no
Carla.
problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Okay, to answer the first question, this is exactly what I was expecting, and I'm sure many of you out there trying to call us, trying to let us know what you go for when it comes to dealing with stress. Sugar is a big thing, and yes, you will aim for sugar because you're craving it, and most probably because your blood sugar is so low. Now, what happens to sugar? They always say sugar high, or don't feed the kids sugar, they're gonna get too hyper, too excited and everything. Especially in birthdays, people say, oh, you see, they're overexcited because they ate so much sugar. That's a myth.
Oh.
Let me tell you about sugar, and that's something I wanted to mention in the next chapter when it comes to what foods you can indulge in when it comes to stress. But let me put it this way: whatever you're taking that contains sugar, whether it's soda, candy, sweet, cake, these tend to take your blood sugar high very quickly. And during this time, this period, this window where your blood sugar is going all the way up, that's when you feel high and happy and good
And energetic.
And I finally got my sugar and I'm energetic. But the problem is, it will backfire. And it will backfire right after, because the faster your blood sugar goes quickly high, the faster it's going to go quickly low. And once it goes very low,
You're craving another
that
sugar.
phase is where you're feeling tired, sleepy, headache, craving for more, and most of the time moody. And this is what happens. So you're going to crave more, take more, crave more, take more, and it's a vicious cycle. So to answer the question, this is not, unfortunately, it is not the food you should go for when it comes to stress, because it will only make things worse. Number two, he was mentioning diabetes and drinking soda water. Sorry, not soda water, soft drinks.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I am begging you, if you do have any pre-diabetic condition or diabetes or any blood sugar level problems, stay away from sugar. Sugar is a big problem, and sugar is what sells because sugar is addictive. I bet you all listening to me right now, I am going to put a bet, and I bet you all, most of you who are hooked on soft drinks, I need you to stop for a good 2 days having any soft drink or any sugar or anything that's sweet, and you tell me how you feel after these 2 days. If you have headaches, intense headaches, irritability, mood swings, tiredness, extreme fatigue, that shows you how addicted you have been to sugar, because your body is going through withdrawal. Just like when you're withdrawing from drugs, when you're withdrawing from cigarettes, it's the same thing. Anyway, next on the list, Joyce, we spoke about dark chocolate, and I just wanted to pinpoint, please make sure that it is unsweetened. Most of the dark chocolate has a lot of sugar. Always aim to see in the ingredients 2 to 3 items, not more, like cocoa beans, cocoa butter, maybe a bit of sugar, but try and aim for less than 3 grams of sugar per serving. When you go and read the food label, less than 3 grams of sugar per serving. That would be best. Hello, next caller. Good afternoon. Hello. All right, so we'll move to the next on the list, and that's where the sugar comes in, Joyce. Whole grains and foods high in fiber. These are amazing. When I'm saying whole grains, I'm saying go for the ofada rice, go for the rolled oats, go for the corn on the cob. When I'm saying whole grains, I'm not saying semolina, I'm not saying yam flour or plantain
pasta.
flour or white pasta or instant noodles or white rice or white flour. These are really not helping because these also take your blood, not as much as sugar, but they also take your blood sugar too quickly high and too quickly low. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, Carla.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Who's
This
on
is
the
Charles
line?
calling.
Hi, Charles. Go ahead.
Yeah, funny enough, when I'm stressed,
Yeah.
I don't feel like eating any food. I don't know why.
Oh, good for you.
So I don't. But I just feel it. When I take a little of alcohol, it calms my stress, and I'm a bit relieved. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like eating food when I'm stressed. I don't know. But when I take alcohol, it calms me. So is it okay?
All right. Thanks for calling. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
So, Charles, once again, we're talking about the foods that you should be going for, not that you will normally crave. Trust me, these are not foods you crave. The foods I'm giving you are foods you're going to have to force yourself to take to help you deal with stress. Foods that you take when your cravings are typical, like sugary foods, alcohol, or stimulants like cigarettes and alcohol.
So those
is
are
one of them.
addictives.
So these are basically things you're addicted to that try to calm whatever it is you're having temporarily. But on a longer run, definitely that's not a good idea. I really hope that you will find a way to find something else. Once again, there are other things you can do other than food. There are habits. And if you go on the Instagram page that I have at Carla, NOUJAIM, C or hashtag the health station, one of the posts is different ways to find happiness, not just on your diet, but other ways to dealing with stress. But today we're focusing mainly on the diet. All right, so I really hope you go and check that out to give you some advice on other ways in your lifestyle to help you deal with stress so you can rely less on stimulants such as sugar and alcohol and cigarette or what have you. Anyway, next on the list, as I said, Joyce, while we're waiting for more callers, whole grains and foods high in fiber, as I was mentioning. Let's take a call. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes?
Yeah, please, I want to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
We lost him. If you
Oh,
can't
I'm
make
so
it back,
sorry.
make it back. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Okay, so as I said, we're going for whole grains, meaning the grain still contains its
The
outer
husk.
covering.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. All right, and semolina is not that. White rice is not that. White flour is not that. White oats aren't that. You have to have the oats that are rolled oats. Okay, so carbohydrates are a good source of energy, definitely. But when you go for the complex carbohydrates, which are the carbohydrates I just mentioned with a lot of fiber, they definitely help reduce your stress levels. They help your body produce a happy chemical, a happy hormone called serotonin. Go ahead.
So,
Joyce.
I heard you say about, you're saying, white rice isn't it, oats isn't it, it has to be
Yeah.
rolled oats.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, what is that food, what's that crop that Nigerians can readily reach? Now, wheat, I know you can get wheat in the market.
Yes.
Like the grain
Whole
itself,
grain. Yes,
and then you
definitely.
blend it. Would that be
Definitely.
like a good substitute in
Of
the
course,
absence
you
of
can use that.
eba or fufu
Definitely,
or rice
definitely.
or...
The problem
Okay.
with eba and all the cassava, we know is a tuber, just like potato.
Yeah.
But they are not whole grains.
Yeah.
They're not grains, actually.
Yeah, they're not grain,
tubers.
the tubers.
You can get whole grain bread as well, compared to the white, smooth, sugary bread.
Okay.
Whole grain bread does help, but don't confuse whole grain with brown. Most of the time, brown bread sold locally here has caramel added to it just to give it a brown color and to make it look healthy.
Okay, so do you agree, pardon me, just for the sake of
Yeah, go
emphasis
ahead.
and clarity, buying the wheat grain and blending it?
Yes.
Because my mother used to do
You can
that.
do that. If
Oh,
it's the whole grain,
The actual grain,
with the
yeah.
husk, with the fiber,
Uh-huh.
that's definitely a good idea.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
And this is found locally.
Yeah, it's
and
found
once
locally.
again, you do find whole grain bread. Now, one thing you can have that's a very healthy carbohydrate and doesn't take your blood sugar spiking much is sweet potato. You would be amazed by how much sweet potato can help.
Okay.
Sweet potato is a great way to indulge in carbs and at the same time knowing it's not going to take your blood sugar too high. I'm going to take the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Peter. I'm calling from Ikoyi.
Peter, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to ask your guest, if someone close from work late night and is tired, what food is he supposed to take? Most of us take all these Panadian, bar, and all that, so is it wise to take such food, or what is the alternative?
Sounds
All right.
real good. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Unfortunately, it's not in the scope of the show today, but I will be definitely answering that question next week for sure. I think I might, give it a shot. If we're done with the material that we need to cover today, we'll maybe talk about late night eating and other ways to, make sure that you
and
can,
the foods you can
the
substitute
foods,
with.
But then again, what time does he come back from work? How many hours before bedtime? These are all things we should know.
That's
know
a
how
Lagos
to-
guy. That guy's a Lagos
So
guy. He
Lagos
gets home
guy,
9
10,
p.m.
10,
Yeah.
10,
yeah.
sleeps around what time?
After eating.
After eating.
Yeah.
So but throughout the day doesn't eat.
Maybe.
That's something that needs to change, though.
So he should
It
eat during
might
the
take-
day.
You should eat. I'm not saying get your eba and your stew with you all day at work, but definitely you should find some window of opportunity to have something to eat. Maybe we'll talk about snacks you can carry
Okay.
along from work. We'll talk about this for sure. I promise. Anyway, next caller. Hello.
Snacks you can carry around, puff puff. I mean, like, what about that?
We'll talk about that next week, Joyce. Let's stick to the topic today. You see, there's so much to talk about. Hello.
Turn off your radio.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. So,
My name is Joseph Emmanuel.
stressed or not stressed, Emmanuel?
Stressed, but whenever I'm stressed, I always take ground watermelon and meat green. I'll mix meat leaf inside the watermelon and grind it together and milk. That's all.
You're enjoying, man.
Yeah, that's why not. Watermelon is a fruit. It has a lot of vitamins.
Milk,
and,
calcium.
Milk, yeah, that's what I wanted to go. I mean, that was next on the list, but
Oh.
later on. So let me talk about warm milk since we're talking about milk. Once again, we're back to this idea of drinking something warm, okay? And if you grew up drinking warm milk before bed, this routine can signal that it's time to go to bed. So, for example, the act of sipping anything warm, any beverage, and curled out on your couch or in your bed, that can also initiate some relaxation, something to start off before you go to bed, definitely. And it brings you back to not just milk, once again, any herbal beverage. Milk has calcium. Calcium-rich foods are very essential for bones. We know that. But this nutrient can also reduce depression, along with vitamin D, which is also found in milk, that can also help relax your muscles and stabilize your mood. Even in people who are PMSing, that found that in women as well, it eases the symptoms. So, but if milk isn't your thing and you still want that calcium to help you out, you have yogurt, cheese, and other sources of non-dairy foods like salmon, canned sardines. You've got a lot of that. I know salmon is on the high side. Salmon is expensive, but you've got sardines, any fish with bones, basically.
Okay.
Any fish with bones, as long as you have the bones. Peanuts, what else? Green leafy vegetables. These contain a lot of calcium. Next on the call, hello. Hello.
You need to turn off your radio. Turn off your radio real quick. You have 5 seconds. Hello.
Hello, Miss
Yes.
Sandra.
Turn off your radio. Oh, okay.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Turn off your radio. Turn off your radio.
Is up? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Andy, calling
Hi,
from
Andy.
Aja.
Thanks for calling. How stressed are you
Yeah.
these days?
I want to ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
It is a lot of people take, including me. I take a lot of sugarcane juice, sugarcane. What health hazards or benefits does this have?
All right. Do you actually? I remember when I was a kid, we used to chew the sugar cane.
Yeah.
Do you chew
No,
the
I mean the
sugarcane?
juiced one.
Or do you just buy the ready-made juice sugar cane?
Yeah, the juiced one. There are supermarkets where it's juiced
Yeah.
now, all over.
All right. So
town.
my next question to you is: what are the ingredients of the juice you buy?
Well, it's just the sugarcane juice and then lime, lemon, and ginger.
No sugar added, no
No,
concentrates.
not even water.
There is no concentrate written in the ingredients. Concentrate.
No, you watch them juice it there.
Oh,
There's a juice
smoothies,
machine.
stores that actually do like smoothies, and it's actually like a coconut, like
Exactly.
sugarcane,
You don't juice as you
extracted
watch as well.
juice.
You wait.
So it's ready-made on the
No,
spot?
no. You go into the store, you order, and they make
They
it.
make it.
Big-
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
don't.
they juice it.
Look,
They juice it in your
before you buy
presence.
it.
I don't see anything wrong with that as long as you're not overdoing it, because sugar cane is sugar at the end of the day. So you don't want to overdo it on the sugar. If you would like to blend that with some nuts and some milk or coconut, whatever it is, to have proteins in your smoothie to reduce the rate at which your sugar is absorbed in the body, because proteins help slow down how fast the glucose is absorbed. But once again, bear in mind, sugarcane is sugar. Just don't indulge too much. I don't see anything wrong as long as you don't have any diabetic or pre-diabetic conditions.
You
I'm
need
gonna
to-
have to end it today, Joyce.
Yeah, and then
once again, we
may-
will continue next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Please call us again next week. Go on Instagram, hashtag the health station, or at Carla, NOUJIMC. We will be back next week. Thanks for having me, Joyce. I'll let you be.
Okay, her name's Carla. My name is Joyce, and the sun sets here. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you Monday on the sunny side. Until then, I leave my peace with you. Bye-bye.